Tip number one is to use the aim assist that the game gives you. This only works for console players. Does not work for PC. So basically, if you just spam the aim button, it just keeps you locked onto the player. Or if you just hold down the aim button and just like as you can see, it's kind of pulling the crosshair to the player. It's not huge, but still some. Like if you're going like strafing, you can see how much it slows your camera down. So using this, you can just much easier. Tip number two is to always have high ground. Like say you see an opponent and you're running towards them, just go ahead and start building up, and then you immediately have a height advantage. So, say you ran up here and he's trying to shoot upwards, and right when you see him about shooting, just duck out. Then when you want to make your shot, you're just at a height advantage. Tip number three is to change your sensitivity for just aiming in general. Should be a little lower. Your X sensitivity should be like just a smidge lower than your wide. That means like if say you're going for a headshot, it's not gonna be as like explosive of a movement, and you can find the aim down and hit most of your bullets where you want them to go. And also you should increase your building sensitivity as high as you can. This is mainly for console players. PC, it's up to you. I don't know. I don't play on PC, but console you need to have your building sensitivity as high as you feel comfortable with. This allows you to build as fast as you can, and then as soon as you get out of editing mode, you can find your shots down since your sensitivity is lower. But as you can see, when you're in editing mode, your camera is just your sensitivity is way higher. But then as soon as you switch out, it slows down to whatever you prefer. As an example. And then you immediately have height advantage, and you can just pick off your opponent from this height. The fourth tip is to strafe while you're shooting. So say you're shooting at your opponent, you want to be moving side to side. You can be jumping while doing this, but as you jump, you get jump fatigue, and also you can lose your aim pretty badly, and you do not have the aim assist no more. So what I do usually is just side to side. If you really want to, you can crouch while doing it. This would increase or decrease your chances of being shot, but I tend to find it's just much easier to just strafe instead of crouching. The fifth and final tip I am going to show is well, I always use it. I always have at least one pump and a tack. So say you're at far distance or even up close, shoot the first, and then your attack's just much faster shooting, so you finish it off. And if you just use the attack or the pump the whole time, you can shoot it. And I'll even show you on a person. So from roughly the same distance, with the attack included after the first shot of the pump, it was much faster